Welcome to day number 92. I promise. I promise. Today is day number 92. We've made 92 videos so far. I promise you, we have. Promise. When I tell someone I'm going to do something, do I realize that when I say I'm going to do something, I'm actually making a promise to do it? Probably not as aware of it when I include the words, I promise. I promise I'm going to be to work on time. I promise I'm going to pay my bills on time. I promise to be loyal to my wife. I promise that I'm going to do push-ups today. Who am I making that promise to? I'm making that promise to myself. I promise that I'm going to continue to work to make these videos better. This morning I was watching Zig Ziglar. Awesome guy. I started watching Zig Ziglar in the 1990s. In the 80s. 1987. Even before then. I started watching Zig Ziglar in the early 80s, in the 1980s, in the early 1980s. And I listened to an audio this morning on YouTube about Zig Ziglar. I am pumped up. When I make a promise to myself, that's the most important promise I can make. It's called a private victory. When I make a promise to myself and I keep it, it energizes me. It makes me feel really good. When I make a promise to myself and I don't keep it, my life sucks. So for instance, in the past, when I was growing up as a kid, I would promise myself I would get up at a certain time in the morning and I would oversleep. I couldn't keep that promise. I didn't keep that promise. And then I felt bad the whole day because I didn't keep the first promise in the day. I make my bed every day if my wife hasn't made it first. I promise to make my bed. I've never, that I can recall, left the house without making my bed. I promise to make my bed because people that have self-esteem do esteemable things. If you want to feel better about yourself, keep your promises. It's that simple. So whenever I write a goal down or I make a promise to myself, I really need to evaluate to see if that's something I want to do long-term or short-term. I wanted to buy a rowboat, one of those really cool rowboats that cost thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, you can buy a nice car for what those rowboats sell for. And we had a John boat, which is a square boat. It doesn't go very fast in the water, but it had oars just like the fast boat did. And I made a decision, instead of going out and buying this expensive rowboat, thousands and thousands of dollars, that I would use the John boat. And I would use the oars in the John boat for 30 days. And if I did it every day for 30 days, then I would go out and buy the expensive rowboat. I started the first day, I was very enthusiastic about it. I went out the first day, I rowed, the second day I rowed, the third day I rowed. The fourth day it rained. It's dangerous to be on the water when it's raining. Yes and no. There was no lightning. I could have gone out there. I didn't do it. So then I started over my 30-day process. First day I did it, second day I did it, third day I did it, fourth day I did it, fifth day I did it, sixth day. I just didn't do it. I don't remember the reason why I didn't do it, so I had to start over again. I never bought that expensive rowboat because I realized that I was not going to keep the promise to myself to go out and to row every day. Now, I do push-ups every day. I promise to do 240 push-ups every day. And when I do my 240 push-ups every day, I feel great. And can you tell? I've done my 240 push-ups so far this morning. I did 48 pull-ups today. 48 pull-ups with 30 pounds of assist. Tomorrow I'm going to do 49. I promise I'm going to do 49 pull-ups in one set. I'll tell you what, today, when I got to 46, I was like wanting to give up. But I made a promise to myself that I would do 48. So tomorrow I'll do 49 pull-ups. Now I won't do pull-ups with assist on Friday because I won't be in the office. And that's where the pull-up machine is. I'm going to be on a trip. I'm going to go on a motorcycle trip with my 15-year-old daughter and a couple of friends, and we're going to have a great time. So I won't do pull-ups, but I will do push-ups that day. Do you keep promises to yourself? And if you need extra leverage to make sure you get it done, write a contract out. And if you keep your promise, you get to enjoy the experience of keeping your promise. If you don't keep your promise, write yourself a negative consequence. For instance, maybe sending $100 to someone you cannot stand or an organization you cannot stand. For instance, if you love animals, you might send $100 to a hunters association that kill animals. If whatever it is, if you do the right thing, if you keep your promise, you get to enjoy the reward, and if you don't do the right thing, you experience a negative consequence. Sending a check to somebody you don't like, an enemy, somebody that's against your values, and you send them $100. You could send them cash if you want, so they don't have any trail. Keep your promises. It's all about keeping our promises, knowing when we make a commitment, a promise to ourselves that we stay with it. Thank you very much, and if you like this video, please like the video. Thank you.